What's your happiest memory and what makes it so special? The first one that comes to mind is when I was out with the guy I'm dating. We both lived in Honolulu at the time. We had just left a karaoke bar and were having a great time. It was an especially windy day, the kind that was strong enough to move me and was really loud, but we wanted to go for a walk along the beach anyway. I forgot what it was that we walked by. I think it was a closed-up storage of some type, like it was to hold rental chairs for the night or something. He helped me up on top of it and we screamed into the wind. It felt like that scene out of Garden State. The last night before me and the boys my childhood friend group parted ways. It was the night before most of us left our home country to go to school in different continents. For kids that were together almost every day for 11 years straight, it was a real shitty reality to accept. We all went our separate ways within the next few days and we still try our best to keep in touch, but we spent that entire night reminiscing and laughing so hard. I swear I haven't laughed or been as happy since that night. I don't have the happiest, but they are good, fun childhood memories, memories of learning about sex and commitment. Just youthfulness, strength, and feeling optimistic. More of an attitude than a memory. But, have you had those giggle moments that don't stop? When your ribs hurt from laughing and you seriously can't breathe? When silly shit just trips a wire in your head and you don't even know what you're laughing about? Not the same thing, but that experience can flesh your soul. Exploring the Ehrenberg ruins on a vacation to Germany and some of the surrounding nations with my family back in, I believe it was 2011. It's a cluster of the ruins of a few different castles overlooking a mountain pass. They weren't particularly impressive as far as castle ruins go, but just having most of the day with great weather and complete freedom to climb around and explore them with very few other people around was a joy that I've never been able to top. I don't remember my daughter's first word, but I remember her first "I love you." I was exhausted, dirty from work, and ready to collapse on the nearest flat surface. Fumbling my keys open the door, there's my then wife and daughter hanging out. My daughter looks at me, her face lights up and she cries, "Love you daddy." I went from "fuck I need sleep" to I could run a marathon in that moment. There was this one loud, dominating girl in my primary school class that everyone feared but nobody liked. She once got a seagull shit on her face while angrily telling the children to queue more neatly in the playground. She gaped in amazement as it hit her loudly and with a huge splash. It hit her mouth with a spatter. It was magnificent. While I write this, I'm grinning. Before I found out about my partner's cheating, my happiest memory was during Christmas last year when we were being very vulnerable with each other and talked about our future together. It was special because at that moment, I truly felt so loved. He doesn't really share his feelings often, so it made it even more special how much he opened up to me. I once stumbled upon a dazzling sunset, painting the sky with vibrant hues. The moment was pure bliss, filled with awe-inspiring beauty. Happiness inundated my soul as I embraced this unforgettable sight, reminding me of life's immense wonders. Cherish the simple joys, dear friend, for they hold the power to ignite eternal happiness within us. The day I got to meet all of my younger siblings. Of the 11, I am the oldest male. Life was miserable. Despite being the sole child abused, we all had difficult times. My siblings were the only thing that ever gave me hope. From the moment they were born and I held them, each and every one of them transformed my life. Being a kid, walking the beach at night and collecting crabs. Whole family was there, kind of hard to compete with happy childhood memories because they're like magic. My 20th and 21st birthdays were also pretty amazing. All because of the people. Wish we were young and could do it again. My daughter would not stop crying. My wife was so upset that she just handed her to me and said, "You deal with it." As soon as my daughter realized that it was me holding her, she smiled and stopped crying. My brain exploded with dopamine. It was objectively the happiest I had ever been. First grade has always been my favorite. In particular, my mom and I used to stroll across the street from my school to the nearby cafe after school. It was a pleasant way to wind down after school when she would read to my brothers and me or I would finish my homework. When I first discovered hentai back in 2015, and I have been an avid consumer of it ever since. I started with anime, then expanded to doujins and visual novels. It's special because I now know what I want to do with my life. On the stairway of a front lawn porch after a barbecue. It's like 10 p.m. some people smoking, some people just chilling, talking. All is good. Summer at junior year college. The day my two best friends and I decided to co-parent together. They are a lesbian couple and I am asexual, so it works out pretty good. That day is the best day of my life. I played a sneezing game with my very young child. To see them mimic me sneezing a slice of play bologna off of their head is burned into my memory. The day I asked my crush out and he said yes, and the adventure we had after. He is now my fiancé. You just made me realize I don't have a happiest memory. Well, this is depressing. Band travels for competitions and football tournaments. It was a lot of fun, spending time outside with my grandmother as she hung laundry on the line.